What's going on, guys? It's Jack with Suburban Tactical Nation. It's that time for Monthly Knife Club for the month of March. So you want to know if the Italians make good knives? Yep, they sure do. Let's check it out. Alright guys, today's video is going to be a little different than my normal unboxing and first impressions on this. I had to scrap the first video, it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it. So we're going to go ahead and do the full review on this. I've had enough time with it. I think it's a pretty cool little knife. Not for everybody, but it's worth checking out. So if you don't know who Monthly Knife Club is, they're a subscription service I signed up for last year, and I've really enjoyed everything they've sent out to me. It's worth the money, I think. That's why I keep them. This particular plan is the Onyx Collector's Plan. I choose this plan because it is a premium plan where they send you a premium knife. Sometimes they send you more, and sometimes they even send you fixed blades. So they send you different stuff. You never know what you're going to get every month, and it comes in at a price of $119 plus shipping and handling. And they give you basically a total value of low end on the fair market value out there up to the high end. And typically it's usually right towards the lower end, and in the middle what you can find for out there at your retailers, at most retailers. So really happy with these guys. I haven't really got anything I've absolutely hated, so I've been sticking with them. Who knows for how much longer. I do like to try out different subscriptions every once in a while, and I do usually 1 or 2 unboxings every single month. So what we got here is the Vox Suru from Fox Knives, and comes to you by the designer of Jesper Voxnäs. Pretty awesome designer, is known for his minimalist approach on creating high-end pocket knives, and he has done a pretty darn good job from what I can tell so far on this. So we'll go ahead and get into the dimensions on this. So we got an overall length of 5.83 inches. You've got a blade length of 2.32 inches. You've got a cutting edge of 2.125 inches, and you've got a blade thickness of 0.16. Pretty thick little fellow. So, and you've got also a weight that comes in around 3 ounces. Moving along here to the blade shape and anatomy of this thing. And what we got is a drop point. Modified, I would say. Modified drop point. Looks almost like a clip point there. A little bit of a swedge going on. And you've got high flat saber grind. So they've also cut out a little hole here for multiple deployment option with a thumb hole, other than your flipper tab. Now I seem to be able to get the reverse flick there. I've worn it in a little bit of lock stick on this, so they do have a frame lock on this, and they have an over travel stop disc right in there internally, and they have a stainless steel lock bar insert right here. Definitely a lot of lock stick getting this out, but with a little bit of tweaking on both sides of the pivot and a little shot of oil, I've got it working pretty good. So we've got a tip up right side only wire pocket clip on this. Not for everybody. This is actually my first wire pocket clip that I've ever had on a knife, and it doesn't seem to bother me too much. We've got a aluminum backspacer here that's actually got a lanyard hole cut out into that, so you have that option. Now we'll go on into the materials now. We've got some orange anodized aluminum, and what they've done here is they've made it a little distressed looking, including the black wash which you see here on the blade. So you've got the orange ano on this. Seems to go really well in contrast with the colors together. I really like that. And you've got an N690 blade on this, so that's another plus. N690 is definitely very good for its non-corrosive properties. Holds a decent edge, and it's pretty tough enough to use and not have to worry about chipping too much. It's not like you're going to be chopping or anything with this thing because it is so tiny, but you've definitely got lots of belly, and it holds a nice edge, so you're going to definitely get some stuff done with this. Really nice finger choil, which actually gives you a really good purchase on this. So let's get into some of the pros and cons on this now. So we're looking at a great blade steel on this. N690 is definitely a recommendable steel, in my opinion. You know, you've got a high corrosion resistance on this. It's takes a good edge. It's easy to strop. It's easy to sharpen. Definitely a bonus to have in the elements. It's also a lightweight carry on this, and it's pretty good design overall. once you get this in your hand and you see what you can do with this blade, it actually serves a pretty darn good purpose and can be used for quite a bit of different things. It's going to slice, it's going to cut, and you're going to get a lot of precision with all that belly and that real strong tip, indoors and out. It'll just come down to your user preference of how much blade do you want. Cons: it's definitely a little expensive, you know, $176. You're getting aluminum and stainless steel, and you know, N690 is a good steel, but I think it's a little overpriced for what it is, and it has a little bit of too much lock stick on it, at least right out of the box for me. The lock stick is probably the worst part about it that I've had so far up to this point. And they could definitely come down on the price on this. I mean, you're paying for the engineering, you're paying for the design. Seems to me, this is my first Fox knives, and it seems they make a pretty darn good knife. It's just, you know, comes down to the design and materials. I think maybe the titanium and the overall dimensions, materials may fare better than what this is. I'm not really sure until I get my hands on another Suru with the more premium materials. So definitely should be cheaper. So bringing it to the final conclusion, you know, it's a good knife. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be a solid user. It's going to hold up to the elements. So would I recommend this? Yes and no. It's just going to come down to whether you like a small knife and being okay with the fact that you're going to have to make some adjustments on this, you know, and it may take a little while, and sometimes you'll get a production run on a knife like this. I've seen it many different times, from budget size to budget friendly to expensive, you know. Sometimes it's just the nature of the beast on the materials and the design. So whether you're into tweaking it and taking it apart and doing your own maintenance on it, for what they're asking for on the price, I would say you can definitely find a better user than this. But it's not a bad knife, so I can recommend it, but you can definitely find something better out there for the money, no doubt. Monthly Knife Club, Onyx Collector's Plan, check them out. I'll leave links down below for you. You can find these guys on all social media platforms. So yep, give them a look. I think they're pretty cool. They do have some way different options out there. You know, they got I think I've seen a plan as low as $10 a month, which you're probably going to get junk knives out of that part. This is, like I said, a premium knife. You get every month at least one, sometimes two, sometimes even a fixed blade. They even have different tiers where you can get other things, like I think they have a watch series where you can get knives and watches. You can get some other types of gear and stuff also included in one of the, I think their highest premium package, which is I think closer to the $300 range. So this is not too bad for what you're getting. I've never had a month where I haven't got my value. I always get more value. Every knife that I've gotten has had more value than what I paid into this. So it's definitely worth checking out. That's why I do this video. I think it's cool to show people that there is some good subscription plans out there, and they're not bullshitting you on what you're going to get and throwing whatever in the package, which some companies, not going to say any names, most of us know that's what they're doing. So this is a good one. I also have a playlist where you can see the Monthly Knife Club unboxings that I do and the full reviews, and I also have a Going Gear section. They're pretty cool too. I'll leave links in the down in the description for you guys to check all that stuff out. Fox Suru, not too bad, not fantastic, but it's cool. So hope you guys have a great weekend. See you on the next video.